Welcome everyone to our podcast session of Drops of Wisdom, episode 9. In today's session, we are going to review the book The Behavior Gap, and the author is Carl Richards. We are going to dive deep into this kind of topic in terms of the space that we have to perform more conscious actions in our lives. And to begin with this reflection, we are going to ask a question: how conscious are you of your actions? Having the life that you once dreamed of is based on the thoughts, on the emotions, on the behaviors that you are creating every day, not just when you remember that you should be more conscious. Although it seems that it's common knowledge, very few people set an intention for their days, which suddenly becomes a life of surviving and reacting, instead of a life that can be more conscious, self aware, and envisioned by you. The main quote in this book, to start going deeper, is that we often adopt a herd mentality where we behave exactly like those around us without pausing to make our own decisions. This is because we assume it's safer to do what everyone else is doing. So if we have our decisions be taken away and our attention be taken away by the chaos, by trying to be accepted, or by trying to please others or looking for the quick pleasure, it is for sure that your life won't be like you would have wanted to. So, do you ever find yourself doing something that you shouldn't be doing? Like having that third piece of cake, even though you want to lose weight, or that extra um, drink in a dinner, in a social dinner, or eating more than you are allowed to because you are trying to lose weight and just to be accepted by that social group. Many times we try to fit in and we diminish the value of our inner voice and the signals of our body that we are satisfied, that we are okay with without taking that extra cake or dessert, or without taking that extra drink. And the more you try to fit in, the more you try to follow these kind of behaviors that mainly are unconscious, the more you will start pausing and uh, lowering the volume of your inner voice. And that just reflects in the kind of actions that you are doing. That is what is called the behavior gap. That behavior is a rift between what we know we should do and what we actually do. So that's the space between congruence and incongruence. This is called the phenomenon that is tied to our natural desire to avoid pain and seek pleasure or acceptance, which leads us to act irrationally. Just like we have seen during all this period of time that we were subjected to many measures that were completely incongruent, and we know inside of ourselves that they are performing a damage in our body, such as using too much time. The face mask is covering the way you naturally breathe, and it's going the CO2 that you are breathing or exhaling into your brain as well. So that is an intoxication of CO2, and that will lead to brain fog, and that will lead to being tired or distracted or having a very short span of attention. So many measures are completely incongruent. You should be able to recognize when it is necessary and when it is too much, and take the decisions for yourself if you can, of course. If you are being forced, there's nothing to do. But you can be more aware and expanded in the consciousness that you are having. These situations will produce this behavior gap and will expand the behavior gap if we completely follow what is being told by many people, or just trying to fit in instead of acting rationally. We are going to be leading our lives by the emotions and the need to be accepted. That's what is going to guide your choices. So to close the gap and to be more conscious of the things that you are deciding, think beyond today's trends and remember that the past events that were in your life, probably when someone rejected you or when they judged you, they are going to be still there, and they were just a response from their own way of thinking of the people that perform those behaviors. That all of these crises that we have suffered in terms of the financial status all over the world have made also change their lifestyles of many people. And planning for your future, if we move into the pillar now of financial wellness, is a delicate balance between living for today and saving for later, and thinking more that in the future you won't have the same energy and you won't have the same availability of works that you or jobs that you have right now. In this balancing act of spending and saving, the investment is extremely important. An asset that is expected to earn value over time is only a small part of your financial future. So start looking for those options that look very promising and stable, and start doing something with your finances. No single investment can ever satisfy everyone, as the same happens with no single diet or no single way of eating is going to satisfy everyone. So ask yourself, what is the best investment for me? The answer will depend on your personal factors, your goals, your personality, your existing holdings, and your credit card management. So the more you learn about your lifestyle and the way you want to live, the easier it will be to generate those spaces and those actions to save. Generic advice can fall and fail from what we really want. For example, people want to lose weight and they are told that they should be doing exercise every day. This is just a generic advice, and this is not made for everyone in terms of the type of exercise, the amount of time, and the strength that it should be performed. So that might be a good advice for many people that are between 20 and 40, but that won't be the same advice for people over 40 or 50 or 60, and if they are not healthy. So we have to design something that is individualized, and we have to look for the lifestyle of people. That's what I do in those coaching sessions that I have with my clients and in the programs that I am constantly releasing. We are a concept that is integral. We are 5 pillars. We are not just the financial, and we are not just the emotional pillars. We have other platforms to move around. So you can stop chasing the perfect investment or portfolio. Instead, you can design your budget to suit your current understanding of the market and adapt as things are changing, and looking for the best stable option, not for the shiny things or the virtual things that right now are in trend. Many of them sound promising, but just be sure that you are going to have a return of investment, that you can move to another platform that is more stable. Don't try to go for most of the money or being ambitious that you lose all of your money. There is proof that a recent study by Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman and Princeton professor Angus Deaton found that happiness is correlated to income only up to an individual earnings level of 75,000 per year. So above that is not doing too much for your happiness. After that threshold, those with higher incomes don't have commensurately higher levels of emotional well-being. So it is about creating an abundant life that is encompassed with many aspects and not just focusing on earning money and just making on the side all of the other pillars. So that's the reflection of today. That's the behavior gap that we should close. And the more we are aware of our actions and the more we are aware of our words and the things that we are feeling, the easier it will be to control your life and to be more conscious in the way you are living. And for sure, your life will be as you dream of. Thank you very much for paying attention. Have a wonderful afternoon, and we will see each other next Wednesday. If you like this video, if it resonates with you, please help me to share it. Thank you. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Bye.